Before the stone, there was the water. Egypt's history is a 3,000-year dialogue between the life-giving Nile and the ambition of man. Early communities clustered along the Nile, establishing the agricultural rhythms that would sustain a future empire. These foundations in the fertile silt would soon evolve into a unified civilization. The Narmer Palette stands as the first historical document of a unified Egypt. Under a single ruler, the red crown of the north and the white crown of the south were merged into the Shent. The unification under a single ruler was not just political, it was the creation of a unified, singular Egyptian identity. At the heart of Egyptian stability was Ma'at, the concept of universal truth, balance, and order. Every soul was judged against the weight of this truth in the afterlife, ensuring cosmic harmony. Every pharaoh ruled to uphold this cosmic harmony, acting as the bridge between the gods and the people. The dawn of the Old Kingdom saw the rise of the god kings, where the state began its transformation into a monumental power. The Great Pyramids stand as a testament to unparalleled precision, built not as a monument to oppression, but as a masterpiece of administrative genius. Advanced engineering allowed architects to master load-bearing structures that have endured for 4 millennia. Far from the myths of slave labor, evidence confirms these monuments were raised by highly organized, skilled professional laborers, supported by a centralized state. Archaeological findings reveal sophisticated residential areas and infrastructure, showing a civilization that deeply valued and mobilized its workforce. Recent excavations have transformed our understanding of the builders of the Giza pyramids. Far from being slaves, these were skilled laborers who lived in organized, state-sponsored villages. Evidence shows a sophisticated society. Builders were well-fed, provided with medical care, and respected for their monumental contribution to the state. The Sphinx stands as a testament to the scale of human ambition, watching over the necropolis of Giza for over 4 millennia. History is a cycle. After the monumental achievements of the Old Kingdom, the central authority began to fracture. Prolonged droughts and climate shifts strained the Nile's predictable harvest, directly challenging the pharaoh's ability to maintain the universal order, or Ma'at. As the central power at Memphis waned, Egypt entered a period of profound decentralization. Regional governors, or nomarchs, claimed autonomy over their own territories. This era of local regional control fundamentally reshaped the Egyptian state, setting the stage for a new kind of renaissance. Order was restored, ushering in a time of intense focus on literature, jewelry craftsmanship, and refined temple architecture. The Middle Kingdom expanded influence into Nubia, securing critical trade routes and importing gold and exotic materials to enrich the royal court. Nubia provided Egypt with vast gold reserves and luxury goods, symbolized by the intricate craftsmanship found in royal hoards and palace tributes. This was the era where Egyptian wisdom was codified, with literature and administrative texts cementing the cultural legacy for future generations. Hatshepsut, one of history's most successful rulers, sent trade expeditions to the land of Punt, exchanging Egyptian luxury goods for exotic treasures. The New Kingdom was an era of conflict and diplomacy, where military power was redefined by the chariot. Advanced engineering allowed these swift vehicles to become symbols of pharaonic authority and speed. Pharaohs like Ramses II transformed Egypt into a dominant force, securing legacy through monumental architecture. This era is marked by military might and strategic treaties, setting a standard for imperial diplomacy. In the 13th century BC, the Egyptian Empire and the Hittite Empire clashed in a desperate struggle for dominance in the Levant. At Kadesh, Ramses II led his forces into an ambush. The tactical complexity of the engagement reveals the high level of military sophistication in both empires. The battlefield was dominated by thousands of chariots, serving as the high-speed tanks of the ancient world. The battle resulted in a stalemate, leading to history's first recorded peace treaty. This document stands as a hallmark of early international diplomacy and cooperation. The New Kingdom did not collapse in a day. It slowly transformed, opening its doors to the wider Mediterranean world. For centuries, the hieroglyphs were silent, a language forgotten by time. Everything changed with the discovery of the Rosetta Stone in 1799. It took Jean-François Champollion 23 years to finally crack the code. His work provided the key, unlocking the voices of a civilization that had been silent for millennia. The stone revealed the transformation of language, from the formal artistry of hieroglyphs to the functional, daily script of Demotic. The stone remains our bridge, ensuring that the ancient stories continue to resonate in our modern world. Today, digital archaeology reveals what was previously invisible, finding new structures beneath the desert sands using non-invasive technology. The stability of the Egyptian civilization was inextricably linked to the Nile's pulse. While the river provided life, paleoclimatic data reveals a complex reality of environmental volatility. By analyzing proxy records, we observe how prolonged droughts and fluctuating flood patterns dictated the rise and fall of dynasties. We see that the rise and fall of kingdoms were often dictated by the environmental volatility of the Nile. Beyond the myths, we recognize the human ingenuity of a civilization that taught the world about art, science, and governance. They were masters of observation and logic, documenting scripts that have stood the test of millennia. Through structured governance and profound philosophical order, they sustained an empire for centuries. We now celebrate the rich African roots of this civilization, reclaiming their story as a cornerstone of human history. The ink on the papyrus may fade, but the story remains. Egypt's legacy is not just in its stone, it is in the history of humanity itself.